when he scores, especially a striker. So I'm happy for him. He needed that, and hopefully this is kind of the breakthrough for him at Liverpool. I really hope it for him.
And if you're Jurgen Klopp, Jurgen, you've got to play him now. You've got to start him. You've got to hope that this momentum continues.
And he will do that. Klopp will play him. He will give him these opportunities now, and he counts on him. Otherwise, he wouldn't be there anymore. And so hopefully that was a big moment for David.
So Liverpool, of course, taking all 3 points with that win. I want to switch gears to a different striker now. Interesting stuff from Robert Lewandowski, who's been speaking to the Catalan press about the situation that he's in at the moment at Barcelona. Of course, scored the winner in that 4-3 thriller against Villarreal. But he's come out and said, we are Barca and we're expected not only to win, but also to play good attacking football. Lately, this has not been it as it should be, so we've been fighting to create more chances in matches. When we see Ferran or Ansu come on, 2 players who go forward, we create more chances. Sometimes we don't play with enough attacking players. I don't have support, so I look for the best solution for the team. If you're Xavi, how are you feeling, Jurgen, that you've got your veteran striker coming out and questioning your team selection?
Help defend, then you defend. I mean, I had a wonderful time at Inter Milan, and sometimes my coach Trapattoni, who was known for Italian catenaccio, made me do another centre back in certain games for the last half an hour of a game, and then I couldn't come out after the game and said, but I would like to have more deliveries up front. I was not even up front anymore. I was in their own box to defend. But I think this is easy to discuss between Xavi and Lewandowski, and I'm sure that things will turn around again. He gets more opportunities and more goals, but I understand it from him. He's a striker. He lives by goals. He breathes by goals, and if he feels like I don't get enough opportunities to score, then he's getting a bit frustrated.
It's not just come out of the blue, this interview, because he's frustrated. I think it's because he's actually been getting a little bit of criticism.
Yes, yeah.
Which is criticism, as you know. We talked about this on the last Barcelona game a weekend or 2 ago that we were covering, that I agree with him in a sense that things have changed. There's Dembele's gone and Busquets is gone, who could also play a nice forward pass, and you've got Oriol Romeo in there, who, quite frankly, is just a fill-in. And the end of last season, when Barca won the league and they had already won it at Canter, they took their foot off the gas. And subsequently, he had a quiet end to the season. And up until this harem-scarum game against Villarreal, their first 2 league games of the season, they had been pretty pedestrian in their performances. There wasn't a lot of supply line coming from the middle of the park. There just wasn't. And the Getafe game in the outskirts of Madrid, he got manhandled by 3 big centre-backs. It was almost a boxing match. So I could understand his frustration, and now how his coach sees it, taking it a little bit more public and talking about other players, because, Ferran Torres and Ansu Fati have hardly lit the place on fire. But I can see what Lewandowski is saying. He's in his mid-30s now. He's not going to be doing it on his own, so he needs that supply chain. And quite frankly, up until the 7-goal thriller at the weekend, Barcelona's performances in terms of their creativity has been pretty poor.
Yamal, of course, the 16-year-old's come in, Jules, and been exceptional, much better than what we've seen from Ferran Torres and Ansu Fati, 2 players who might not even be at the club next month.
Yeah, you're right, although I thought that Lewandowski looked better once Ferran Torres especially had come on. But that's the problem. Pedri is injured, Rafinha was suspended, you lost Dembele, like Craig just said. You don't actually have that many options. Gavi can play just behind Lewandowski, but it's not the same. Gundogan can play close to him. It's not the same again. He won't have that support with them, or to just go and compete with 2 big centre-backs or 3 big centre-backs, for example. And Lamine Yamal has been amazing for someone who turned 16 last month in July. But he's not the answer either, because there'll be a time where he won't have the consistency at that age, which is completely normal and natural. And also, he's more of a wide player than a player that can play centrally behind someone like Lewandowski. So Xavi will have to find a way. Last season, let's not forget, they won the title by being an incredible defensive team with, for most of the season, that incredible defensive records. That's how they won it. Not because they created loads of chances. Even if Lewandowski scored a good amount of goals, that was not the reason why they won. So there's a lot of work and find the right formula offensively to make him in better positions, to create more for him. But again, I'm not sure right now they have the players available.
We'll say goodbye to Jurgen. Before I let you go, I'm sure there were 3 trophies behind you last week. Where's the other one gone?
Oh, I didn't want to exaggerate now with that stuff.
Oh, man. Frank Leboeuf has them all out. Don't worry. There's no humility there.
Okay, I'll load up next time. Okay.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.